guys, I thought I would start today's video off with a sing-along at the piano like we've done a couple times at school. We're going to sing one of the songs that we learned when we very first started kindergarten. Can you guess what you think I'm talking about? Let's see if you're right. Okay guys, let's put on our golden gloves. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And what does the golden rule mean? That's right. It's time for our morning message. Who reads first? Who reads second? Your job the first time is... All right. Hopefully that's all in there. Let's begin. March 20th, 2020. We're missing a middle sound in March. Let's tap it out. Arch. It's that bossy R we've been learning about, but which vowel is it bossing to say R? A-R. Good job. Dear, starts with an F today. For friends. Hi there. This word there is one of our new sight words that we're going to talk about today. Hi there. Today is Friday. Uh-oh, we're missing an ending sound. Let's see if we can figure it out. Friday. What says A at the end? A vowel team, A-Y. Let's do that vowel team chant. When vowel teams go a-walking, the first vowel does the talking. I love seeing the videos of your journals. What do we need to add to see to make it say seeing? I-N-G. That's right. I love seeing the videos of your journals. We write about who takes us to school. What word do you think belongs there? Let's say it again. We write about who takes us to school. We will write. Good job, Evelyn. Will. W-I-L-L. We will write about who takes us to school. Love, Mrs. Lukacsko. I am missing a letter in the middle of my name. Let's see if we can figure it out. K. Is it a C or a K? It is a K. That's right. Okay, friends, it is your turn to reread the message. Follow the marker. Here we go. Videos. All right, great job, everybody. We're going to move on and go over those new sight words that I told you we were going to learn about. One of those being the word there. First, we have this one. It should look a lot like the word jump to you, but we have different ending sounds. Let's tap it out. Just. Just. Good job. This one, we see a super E not doing its job. Good for nothing, lazy E. So we can just sound it out. G-iv. Yeah, use that short I sound. G-iv. Give. To sign the word give, we go like this. You can also go like this, or like this. Here's the one from our morning message. There. If I cover up the T, what do we have left? Here. H-E-R-E. Here we are. Make it a T-H at the beginning, and you get there. And you just point to where you mean. It rhymes with my, by. There's not a sign for this. You can just finger spell it. By. It looks like brown, but it's not brown because that is a D and there is no R. Down. Down. How do you think you should sign the word down? That's right. Ooh, this is a number word. It does not sound out at all. You just have to know it. This is the number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The O is going to say its name. Bossy R's. Making the E say over. Over. And the way we sign over, put your hand out and just go over. But. This is the word but, not for our bottoms. This is the word but that we use when we want to say, I want to play outside today, but it's raining. But. So we're going to do like this. But. Can't do it. Okay, we're going to have 2 tricky words. I'm going to put them side by side. We have was, saw. Look at that. They have the same letters. They're just flipped. The one that starts with a W, was. It already happened. It was raining, but now it's sunny. Was. This is saw. I see the girl. I saw the girl. It's the same way that you would spell it for the word saw when you saw a tree. Was, saw. Almost finished. Very. Listen to the Y sound at the end. Very. Yeah, it's being one of those tricky Y's where the Y says the E's name. Very. And our last one, the sign for very would be 2 V's and pull them apart. Very. Very. Last couple of words. Went, which means it's the past tense of go. We don't say he goed there. We say he went there. So you would go, he went, like he already did it. And finally, got. That's a pretty simple one. Got. Just grab it. You got it. G-O-T, got. All right, we're going to move on now and say hello to everybody. Let me grab my board. Or really a pocket chart. Okay. I'm going to say hello to Jaden, Morgan, Brantley, Renila, Aiden, Stefan, Danica, Riley, Danielle, Huxley, Jersey, Jojo, Kaylin, Billy, Kaylin, Easton, Brooklyn, Knox, Nick, Kalia, Kylie, Addie, Evelyn, Orville, Asher, Blake, and Alyssa. Hey everybody, I miss you. Let's talk about bossy R a little bit more. Yesterday we talked about how it bosses around the A, and we learned that new chant. A, R, 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 R. You stick your arm in a jar of stars. A, R, R. Which word spells farm? Let's segment that. Hands up. Segment farm. Arm. Now look closely at the 2 words. Which one has those same sounds? Arm. If you said the top word, you are correct. Arm. Farm. Let's read the bottom word just to see what it was. Fan. 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 Yeah, like a ceiling fan or you fan yourself off. Let's do some math. Today we're going to talk about the numbers in the teens. The numbers in the teens have a group of 10, just like the song. Come on, everybody, let's sing it again. Numbers in the teens have a group of 10. Let's say the teen numbers. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So, because 20 doesn't have one group of 10, how many groups of 10 are in 20? 2. It is not a teen number. So I want you to look at just the blue side and figure out which teen number this shows. Let's do it together. Do I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4? No, because I know this is 10. So let's use that power of 10 and count on. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's the number 14. Let me grab a marker so we can write that down. How do we write a 14? 1, because there's one group of 10. 4, because there's 4 ones left over. 10 plus 4 equals 14. Let's look at the green side now. What teen number is being shown? Let's count it together. 10, 11, 12. How will we write the number 12? A 1, because there's one group of 10, and then a 2, because there's 2 left over. 10 plus 2 equals 12. I've got a few more. Just look at the red side. What do you think? Now let's figure it out. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. How do we write a 16? 1 for one group of 10, and a 6 because there are 6 left over. By the way, a few of my math groups will notice how I have laid out the ones left over. Remember, we call that an array. Array. When you have rows and you have columns. And it makes it easier to see the number. It also lets us see it in a different way. We can say, oh, 6 is 3 and 3. Or we could say 6 is 2 plus 2 plus 2. And as we get a little bit older, we'll find out that we can say this in a different way. We can say that the number 6 is 3 groups of 2 squares. We can also say that the number 6 is 2 groups of 3. That's multiplication. All right, back over here to the blue side. What's the number? Figure it out. 15. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. A 1 and a 5. Okay, now this one is not a teen number. Right? Because numbers in the teens have only one group of 10. And look, how many groups of 10 does this number have? There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4 groups of 10. How many little ones are left over? 2. Well, what in the world is this number? Let's count. But over here, we're going to count by tens. Once we get to our last one, we have to stop and stay there. 10, 20, 30, 40. Stop. 41, 42. This is the number 42. It is 40 over here plus 2 over here. And that makes 42. Whew. We just did some pretty tricky math there. We take a deep breath. Good. Stand up and let's do 10 jumping jacks as we count by tens. Oh, that was loud. As we count by tens to get to 100. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Cole, you want to do jumping jacks? Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Maybe just one. Okay, last thing we're going to do today is we're going to read our story and we are going to go over the journal prompt. Got your cut, Brantley. Today's story is called Where the Wild Things Are. I read this book when I was a little girl. It has nothing to do with the journal prompt today. You know, a lot of times I like to link them together. Today, they don't go together. Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another. Look at him chasing his dog. That was right on. Hold on, this might last a while. I'm going to pause it and get my dog under control. Okay, well, I'm back. Koa is now in pilot's room. Anyway, the kid is making mischief. That means he's getting into trouble. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, I'll eat you up. So he was sent to bed without eating anything. His mama was not having that. Back talk. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. Oh my. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. Do you think that really happened? Maybe he's imagining it. Do you think a forest can grow inside of your bedroom? And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. And on his boat, it even says, Max. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. That's what his mama called him, Wild Thing. He looks a little scared if you see his face real good. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars, and they gnashed their terrible teeth, and they rolled their terrible eyes, and they showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, Be still! And he tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened, and they called him the most wild thing of all. And they made him the king of all wild things. Look, he's got a crown and a scepter. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. Rumpus. We're going to see what this rumpus is. That's a word we don't use. Look what they're doing. They're like dancing at the moon, jumping up and down. They're hanging from trees. Look at him. He's riding on top of them. It's like a parade. It's like a rowdy parade. I think that's what a rumpus is. Now stop, Max said, and he sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. Just like his mama did to him. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely. And he wanted to be where someone loved him the best of all. Then all around from far away, across the world, he smelled good things to eat. And so he gave up being king of where the wild things are. Oh, and he's sad again. He's missing his family. But the wild things cried, Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so. And Max said, No. The wild things roared their terrible roars, and they gnashed their terrible teeth, and they rolled their terrible eyes, and they showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat, and he waved goodbye. And he sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. There it is, right there on his table. And it was still hot. It was still hot. But throughout the story, it said that he sailed on through weeks and weeks, right? And almost over a year. How could his supper still be hot if he went sailing in his boat for almost a year? He was just imagining it. I think maybe he dreamt it. I don't know. Maybe he was dreaming, or maybe he was just imagining it. It's fun to use our imagination, isn't it? Let's finish up now with a talk about our journal prompt today. Today you're going to tell me who takes you to school, or who took you to school. Now, this could be a bus driver. It could be a grown-up, like your mom or your dad, or a grandma or a grandpa. Who takes you to school? Who takes you to school? The word school is spelled funny. See, there's a CH in there, but you don't make the ch sound. You just make the SC sound. School. I forgot, oh, and then it says in the morning. In the mornings. Let me add that. Who takes you to school in the mornings? I forgot to underline the important words that I wanted you to put in your answer. So let's go through and figure out which words you should use in your answer. Who takes you to school in the mornings? What words are you going to write? Takes. So you can underline them in the prompt in your journal. Who takes you to school? Now, you might want to add that phrase in the mornings at the end if you want to. You don't have to. Who takes you to school in the mornings? I'm going to answer this like like when I was a kid. And when I was a kid, the person who took me to school was usually my dad. My dad. How do we spell my? M-Y. And why did I start it with a capital M? A sentence begins with a capital letter. A capital letter is a letter that's big. That's right. My dad. Ooh, make sure those D's are going the right way. D and D. My dad, and now I get to come up here and use this word. Takes. My dad takes me. Be careful, we're not spelling my again. Me. My dad takes me to, and then here's school. Now, a way that you can add more details here is tell me what vehicle you take. Do you take a truck, a van, a car? Do you walk with your grown-up? If it's your bus driver, you can tell me what bus you ride on. My dad takes me to school in his, and then he had a red Mustang when I was a little girl. That was the kind of car, it's a sports car. He loves Mustangs. My dad takes me to school in his red, R-E-D, red Mustang. I'm going to give it a capital M because it's the name of a car. Mustang. And then when I draw my picture, what I can do is show movement with the card. I'm going to erase the question now. I can draw the car, and I'm trying to, let's see, trying to make it look like a sports car. I don't know if I can. But I can show, like there's the headlights, there's the door handle. I think there was a back seat. I don't remember. But I can show it on the road, and I can show that it's going. There's the lights. Maybe it's dark outside. There's my dad. I'd be back here somewhere in the back seat. There's the other light in the back. There's the muffler, right? Exhaust, muffler. I don't know car parts. And then to show that it's moving, I can do movement lines like this. To show that it's moving. And maybe it's stop. It's getting ready to stop. Maybe I can color in the traffic light with my crayons or my markers or whatever I have. I don't know, that just adds a little bit more detail. So I can't wait to see the videos of the journals that you do today. And I'm looking into a way that we can all talk together at the same time so that you can see me, I can see you, and you can see your classmates all at the same time. And we'll have like a little computer or phone online classroom. We're going to try that next week. I'm going to try to get it all figured out and worked out with what times we're going to meet together, but I really look forward to doing that. So work hard today, use your golden rule with everybody you live with, everybody that you see today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, love you.